Okay. Hello guys, this is Elisa from the future. Woo. Not wearing a lot of makeup today because I just wanted to do a little extra before showing this video, because I filmed this a while back and I almost wasn't gonna use the video because I thought it would be too cringy, but I figured, But there is something that I do want to add to the content of the video, because as I was editing it, oh look who came to join me. As I was editing it, I figured that it's actually not just a makeup artist issue alone. I think it's an issue that concerns a lot of people who work in the business, a lot of people who work in the creative business, in the creative industry. I think it's a problem that concerns photographers, any sorts of freelancer really, artists, painters, whatsoever. And I think that a lot of the times people sort of underestimate you, or they feel like what you're doing is not so important. But the thing is, like, imagine there would be a world without actors, without singers, without creative people. It would be a pretty boring place, I guess. So I think it's really important to spread this message, and that's why I wanted to upload this video anyway, even though it's one of the first things that I ever filmed. And that's just a little something extra that I wanted to add to this video. So that's it for me, and now you can go back to watching Elisa from the past. So see you very soon. Bye bye. Feeling pink today. I used to hate pink makeup and now I absolutely love it. So I have evolved as a person. Hello, welcome back. I'm Elisa, and today I wanted to do a chit chat video. I guess that's how they call it. So I have my tea. Today we are going to discuss why a makeup artist is so expensive. And I'm putting the word expensive between brackets because most makeup artists are really not that expensive. It's just usually a matter of not really understanding where the price is coming from. Okay, first of all, maybe a little disclaimer. This is not a rant towards my clients. It's just, like, at least in Belgium, it's a really difficult topic. And I think for professional makeup artists, it can be really frustrating that we sort of have to justify what we are charging. So that's why I wanted to do this video, just to explain where our price rates are coming from. So basically, what are the main, what have I experienced so far, is that it's never really a problem when I work for production companies, because there are like standard prices for working on a film set. However, my experience in working with brides or regular clients is that they sometimes don't understand why I'm so expensive. I'm not expensive. Because I think they don't understand where it's coming from. So recently I was contacted by a bride and she asked me how much I charge. So I told her, and I haven't heard from her anymore because she probably found somebody cheaper. And by all means, that's okay. I mean, if I can understand that life can be expensive and sometimes you go for a cheaper option. I mean, I get it. I mean, if I'm buying something, I will also check out all the different options. And but I feel like if it's like a personal service, like when somebody is doing something on my face or my body, then I am willing to pay for quality. I mean, like, if I go to the hairdresser, it costs me about 180 euros, which is expensive. but I also only go to the hairdresser once a year. So I feel like with makeup, it's the same thing. And you know, a lot of people these days think that they are makeup artists, but not everybody is like a certified professional makeup artist. I think that has created a certain image that makeup is like an easy thing to do, and that also makes people question, like that also makes people wonder why a makeup artist is charging so much money an hour. So basically you have to keep 3 things in mind: expensive training, expensive products. It's much more than doing the actual job on the day that you are doing the job, and also like the distance. So those 4 things are really like the main reasons why makeup artists can be expensive. So first of all, what was the first thing I said? Yeah, expensive training. There are a lot of makeup schools these days. Professional makeup schools are usually expensive because not just the training, because they have to pay for the teachers, and usually the teachers are also people who have been working in the business for a lot of years. Secondly, you also get a lot of products. There, I'm just distracted by people who are looking at me. I'm living right across a parking lot, so sometimes I have voyeuristic people. So when you are doing a makeup training, you are paying for the products, and you are also paying for like the actual teachers. This immediately leads me to the second part, and that is the products. And it's not like drugstore makeup. I mean, I have nothing against drugstore makeup, because for myself, I also use drugstore makeup. I'm not only working with like really expensive makeup products, but for my clients, I always work with, you know, the expensive stuff. There is nothing wrong with L'Oreal or Maybelline or whatever, but you will not find a lot of makeup artists who use those brands professionally. Or maybe they have like 1 or 2 products, like maybe an eyeshadow or something. But like especially for foundation, for instance, I mean, those are not the brands that makeup artists are working with. So usually makeup artists work with MAC, Kryolan, Makeup Designery. Those are different types of brands. They are like, the quality is better. It's just, that's just the way it is, guys. I'm sorry. So the third aspect is the actual job. Wow, I need to drink. Sometimes I have it when I'm talking too much. I get a really dry throat, which is quite annoying if you want to do YouTube. So what I was saying is that there's also the stuff that you do before and after. Oh my god, I can't. I need to take a break. So there's also the stuff you're doing before the job and after the job. So before the job, you are already thinking about what you are doing. So I create face charts, I try out the looks on myself or on somebody. When I'm working with a bride, I'm also doing a test before the actual marriage. And then after you've done the makeup, you know, you still need to go home. You need to rinse your materials, you know, you need to clean your brushes, sanitize your makeup. So it's much more than just doing the actual makeup job. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about. And then the third aspect that I also wanted to address is like the traveling is also a part of what you charge. If I have to do a job on the other side of the country and it takes me 3 hours to get there, no problem, I will do that because I love my job, but it will be more expensive than if I'm just doing a job in my hometown and I will have no traveling costs. Also, I usually do makeup at the people's home, so that's also like a service, because if I would have a studio and people could come over here, I would charge less because people come to me. But if I'm going to my clients, that's service, but you know. So that's the fourth element, like the traveling costs. So expensive training, the use of high quality products, makeup and brushes, the extra aspects of the job, like the preparation, but also afterwards the cleaning up stuff, and then the traveling costs. Those are, in my opinions, like the 4 reasons why a makeup artist could be expensive. And there's also a 5th element that I forgot, and that's the fact that usually, like, you can work for a bureau, or you can work like a bureau or an agency, or you can be self-employed. But either way, you always have to, like, a part of what you have earned is either going to the agency or is going to the government. Like, and in Belgium, if you are self-employed, it's about half of what you have earned. Because sometimes people can be like, oh, you ask that much an hour, I mean, I'm gonna be a makeup artist because you make a lot of money. It's like, no, I don't make a lot of money. I mean, it seems as if I'm making a lot of money, but I have to get rid of half of it because of the government. So keep that in mind as well. I mean, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but I do know that Belgium is pretty intense when it comes to that. Now, the other thing that I have to say about the topic is that if you go to makeup school, you are really trained. I mean, like, yes, I know you have YouTube and Instagram these days, but like, honestly, I really learned how to do makeup in makeup school. I was also watching tutorials before I was going to makeup school, but those tutorials didn't really learn me how to do makeup. So when you have had a training, it just makes you an expert in what you are doing. And it's only normal, in my opinion, that if you are hiring an expert to perform a service or to do like a makeup look, in my case, that you can charge more money than if you would hire somebody who's like an amateur, so to say. So I guess that's everything that I had to say about price rates and why a makeup artist can be so expensive. I hope that you guys will sort of understand it a little bit more. Again, I understand that life can be expensive and sometimes you want to go for the cheaper option, and I'm not judging you, absolutely not. But just realize that there might be a difference in quality. That's all that I have to say about it. So that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you do, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't give a thumbs down. I mean, I'm still learning. Give me positive feedback. And I'm also looking forward to see what you guys have to say about the topic. And yeah, maybe subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, that kind of stuff. That would be really cool. And then I see you guys in the next video. Also, if you have any suggestions, topics that you want me to discuss or talk about, then do let me know in the comment section. And I will see you guys again for my next video. Bye!